Stay tuned to hear the terrific truth about thrift shop T-shirts. Hello, YouTube. This is Barbara from California. This podcast is for you new eBayers so you can listen, learn, and list on eBay all at the same time. You need help knowing what to buy to resell when you're out there shopping, and I can help you with that. I learned everything I know from watching YouTubes and listening to podcasts, so keep doing that and venture out and find new things and learn what works. In my last episode, I talked to you about a Hollywood Regency style item. These are easy to spot, you'll know it when you see it, and people want them because it's a popular decorating style. Also, electric blankets. They're very expensive to buy brand new, but people know they can go to eBay and get them at a better price. I am going to tell you a couple stories about items that I sold, but most importantly, why I bought them. You have to have a couple reasons why you buy your items because you're stuck with them, you got to sell them. So make sure you are making good decisions when you're out there shopping. I will tell you where I got them, what I paid for them, and what I ended up getting in profit out of the items that I sold. The first item I found was something at an estate sale, and it was on the second day of the sale. Lots of times, second day estate sale days are great because everything's half off. So it was in a real expensive area of the town, and it was picked over. Not many people there, not many things left, but I did notice there were a bunch of these certain type of baskets, and I recognized what they were right away, and they were Longaberger. Now, people who are shopping usually are in there buying their stuff for themselves, for their house, or there's looky-loos looking and just poking around. And people, usually don't want a basket, but there are expensive versions of everything. So if you want or need baskets and you have very expensive taste, you're going to get the expensive baskets. And that's what these Longaberger baskets are. They are expensive baskets for the people who want very, very expensive baskets, not just your normal baskets. Just like things like coffee cups. I recently found a coffee cup sitting on the shelf at a thrift shop. And, there's coffee cups and then there's expensive coffee cups. And just by flipping this over, I noticed that I checked it out and found out it was a specific fine china pattern coffee cup and sold it for $40. So these expensive Longaberger baskets were there. And I knew what they were by the look of them because I bought them and sold them before. So they're woven, they're made in Ohio, and they're handcrafted, beautifully hand woven. I believe it's maple wood baskets, and there's all types. Baskets for everything, every size and shape and reason for a basket. The Longaberger company has made these back since the 70s. And the logo is burned in, like wood burned in the bottom, and it says made in Dresden, Ohio, and usually there's little numbers or initials written in ink on the bottom. So you just know a Longaberger. Lots of them are lined with fabric or quilted padding and have special lids and everything. You'll know it when you see it. So this one basket that I was focusing on was a large round basket with a handle and a lid, but it was a sewing basket. And I knew it was a sewing basket because, well, I've seen them before. And you pull off the lid, and inside are these plastic inserts, about 2 layers of inserts with little sectioned areas for all your sewing notions. And it was just a very fine made Longaberger basket. So I bought a few of them, and I knew I wanted this one, but I did pay up for it, and I did check it out on my phone when I was there, and so I was sure it was a sure thing. I paid $20 for this basket. Of course, the person running the estate sale knew what they had and knew these Longabergers were worth a lot of money. So I went ahead and paid $20 for this sewing basket in the Longaberger brand, knowing it was a sure thing. Kind of risky. So I ended up selling it, including shipping, for $135, netting me a profit of $82. So it was a pretty good purchase, and look for those when you see baskets, go closer and pick it up and look at it and just, flip it over and see if possibly it's a Longaberger basket. If so, you've got a really good thing. This next item I found is one that everyone can find. I found it at a thrift shop, and they are everywhere. Just turn your head and someone's got one. It is a t-shirt. I'm talking about the graphic tees. T-shirts with words and or pictures on them. So the terrific truth about thrift shop t-shirts is there are tons of t-shirts in the world, millions and millions of t-shirts. And your thrift shops are bursting with t-shirts on the t-shirt rack. And there's more and more t-shirts out there waiting to come in to go onto that t-shirt rack. So we'll never run out of these great t-shirts, which are wonderful to find and sell on eBay. The thrift shop people don't want to mess with t-shirts. There's too many of them. They just put them on the t-shirt aisle and they don't care about them or want to research them. Like they're too busy raising the prices on their Dansk or Le Creuset cookware or their Pottery Barn stuff that came in, or their iPods or their Game Boys or Sony Electronics. They don't want to even look at or care about these great t-shirts. They put them on the t-shirt rack. And the price is very low, unfortunately for them. They probably hate t-shirts. There's so many of them, and the price is low because they're not worth much, maybe $1.50. But we love our t-shirts. So they are, the people who wear these graphic tees are expressing themselves. They are showing what they feel or what they are like or what they like, what they're interested in or what they want to say. And you can just wear this and shout it and show it without even saying anything or being social or anything. You just wear this expression and just show the world how you're feeling or what you like. Just wear it and show it. So there are so many t-shirts that are just great finds, and you got to look for them, and it becomes easier and easier. So if you found the trifecta of t-shirts, which is cool, interesting, and weird, then that's a great thing. They are loaded with keywords. Those are, words about the t-shirt that you put in the title and the description. They are just loaded with keywords that people are looking for to find t-shirts of what they want to be or show or shout out or what they like or just what they want to wear. Some examples of t-shirts I sold, of course, there's the number one king of t-shirt, which is Harley Davidson. Always pick those up. They always, always, always sell. They usually feature a city somewhere in the world, and people buy them. It doesn't matter where they live. They buy them, and I can never keep them in. Always get your Harley Davidson t-shirts. If they're not completely thrashed, I found one that had bleach on it, and I cut it up and sold it as a swatch fabric for a pillow, and someone bought it and probably used it as a quilt or to make a pillow or something. So make it sell. And the next thing is Nike shirts with the swoosh. If it just has a swoosh, great. If it has a Nike and a swoosh and one of their really cool Nike phrases like go do this, run like that, those really cool Nike phrases, those are great. Big block letters, Nike, a swoosh, and the cool phrase, they all sell. So always pick those up. And other ones are like car companies, Cadillac, BMW, VW, Mustang, car club stuff, and hot rods and hot rod events, concert tees, Pink Floyd, new concert, new bands, old bands, video game stuff, Mortal Kombat, Pokemon, cartoons and comics, Disney, travel destinations or national parks, those are cool and interesting. And then you get into the weird. Once I sold a plain gray, like a heathered gray t-shirt, and it had a little Target dog on it, the little bull terrier dog with the bullseye on its eyeball. I think it was not on his eyeball, but a bullseye on his face. And I think the dog's name was Bullseye. And he had Christmas reindeer antlers on him. So this really cute, tons of keywords. You've got Target stores. You've got the bull terrier. You've got Bullseye. You've got the archery people maybe. You've got the Christmas reindeer. Maybe they'll want to wear it for their cute ugly Christmas sweater party or something. Tons of keywords. And then, so that was weird. Kind of quirky, but it sold. And then I found 3 of the same one, different sizes, but 3 of the same one. It was the Will Ferrell, Chad Smith drum off t-shirt. And Jimmy Fallon has these drum offs on his show. And the great thing about this, Will Ferrell happens to look just like Chad Smith, the drummer of Red Hot Chili Peppers. So Jimmy Fallon had them on and they had a drum off and, a drumming competition. And they look exactly alike and it's hilarious. So somewhere along the line, for some reason, they made a t-shirt out of this and it's just iconic. So I found 3 of these weird, quirky t-shirts, sold them all, and great keywords. Will Ferrell, Chad Smith, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Jimmy Fallon. You've got the drummers and the musicians. So that's the key. Find these things and find the keywords that people are looking for these t-shirts. They are lightweight, super easy to ship, fold them up, they don't break, easy to photograph. So when you're ready to look for your t-shirts, then there are gems in there. I guarantee it, there are gems in there. You got to suit up and get ready for it. Don't go into a thrift shop with your heavy purse hanging. Don't do it. Or your sunglasses flopping on your head. Or, wear a little lightweight crossbody purse. Hands-free. All you really need is your cash, credit card, and your phone. That's all you need. Go in, suit up for it, and get ready. So, there can be 20, 30 or more feet of t-shirts. So I find a spot. I don't like to start on the left because I figure they're all picked over. People pick them because they start on the left, and then they walk away and I don't want to look anymore. So I start in the middle. And I get a landmark like I started at this bright green shirt, or I started in the red shirts if they go by colors. And don't do white shirts. They have some kind of sauce stain on them. So if you have to get white shirts, save them to the end because it's not a good color. There's always something wrong with a white t-shirt. So look through them and see what piques your interest and think about these keywords. And they're so cheap to buy that you can just take a chance. Look them up if you have time, but you can just take a chance and don't look them up. They're just so cheap. And you will always be able to find some gems there in all the t-shirts. So the one I found was just looking through the red shirts, minding my own business, and saw this red shirt with this black screen printed image of, so it was just black on red. It was a head, neck, shoulder, and then a name under it. Well, when I first pulled it out, I thought, I thought it was Bruce Lee. Looks like Bruce Lee. That is cool. I love Bruce Lee. It's black on red. Looks kind of vintage, And it turned out it was some guy's name. Oh, that's not Bruce Lee, but still really cool. And I wondered, and there was some kind of strap on his shoulder. So like the head, neck, shoulder, and a strap and his name. Never heard of this person. So I had to look him up. Looked him up and found out it was Johnny Marr. Looked up Johnny Marr. And he is the lead guitarist for the group in the English alternative rock band, The Smiths. So, of course, I've heard of The Smiths back in the 80s. That's when he's still around, of course, but this group, The Smiths, was at their height back in the 80s. And when I looked it up, I saw a t-shirt that someone was trying to sell. It was a white t-shirt with him on it. And they were trying to sell this t-shirt for $400. Now that's all fine and good. You can try to sell a t-shirt. And yes, they do some t-shirts go for hundreds of dollars. But that doesn't mean that t-shirt sold for $400. Maybe it did. This was a while ago. But I liked what I saw. All this Johnny Marr and the Smith stuff was really good and it was high. And the best thing about it is I was the only one with this t-shirt and it just looked really cool. It was everything. It was cool, interesting, and weird and quirky. So I knew I had a good thing. I was the only one that had this. So if you're the only one, you can keep the price high. Just keep that price high because that thing is good and rare, especially after research. If you truly think it's rare, it is. So I waited a little while. I bought it for $1.50 and I like the slow dime rather than the fast nickel. Yes, I could have sold this thing for $20 or $30 quickly, but I like to wait. That's what I like to do. Wait for that slow dime. And someone in New York City bought this t-shirt for $75. And I made $61 on this little old red t-shirt that was sitting there among all the bajillion t-shirts in the thrift shop. Just picked it out and thought it was cool. So that is a bill. That is a trip to the grocery store. So train your eye to kind of pick those things that someone might like. There are just tons of them there that can sell. It's really great for us because there's tons of t-shirts and there's tons of gems in there. So take a chance. Find just take a chance and try it. You will definitely have luck with the T-shirts at the thrift shops. For your California gold nugget of knowledge, your pro tip today, it just has to do with simple documentation. And that is something I wasn't doing at the beginning. And I started getting in the habit of doing this, and I'm so glad I did. And that is documenting what you paid for every item that you have. If you go to a garage sale, the minute you get into your car and lay those items down on your seat, pick up your pen and paper or a notebook and jot down generally what the item was and what you paid. For instance, blue marmot jacket, $2. Green vase, $1. Black fringe boots, $4. And now you have assigned those items a price, and you don't have to worry later and wonder, what did I pay for those? Everything should be accounted for. If you go to an estate sale and come home with a bag full of 10 things and you remember paying $12 for the lot of these 10 things, just divide 12 by 10, and that's the price of each item. If you go to a thrift shop, you have the receipt right there with you. You have probably the tags hanging off the items. So you can just, again, assign on a piece of paper for that day what you bought, a general description, and what you paid for it. And I like to say where this group came from. Estate sale. You can just put e-sale. Never have to put any kind of address or anything. If it's a garage sale, put G-sale and the date. Thrift shop, I just put thrift and the date, but assign every item a price, and then you can be sure that that part is done, and just go stack them in your area waiting for listing. And you'll be glad you did it, because of course you'll need this later for documentation throughout the year when you're documenting your sales, maybe on a simple spreadsheet that you do, but also at the end of the year when you report your income for taxes. You will need to report the profit that you made from your eBay sales. So get in the habit of doing this. Documentation is so important, and it will save you a lot of headache later down the road. I thank you so much for listening, you new eBayers. I know you need help, so did I, and YouTube has helped me so much. So I am thrilled to share any information that I have that hopefully can help you with your eBay sales. Come back, there's more to come. Leave any comments below or email me if you like at barbara.from-california@gmail.com. I hope you have a happy, joyful, full of smiles, sunshiny day. This is Barbara from California, signing out. Bye.